we are live, you guys. Welcome to Comic Spot. Comic Spot. That's where this gangster army veteran gets to vet out. I get to vet out veterans of comedy. And Esther, you're in the dark. Is there a way to add a little light to your pretty face?
Yes. You know what? I could probably go outside. Is this better?
Linda, can I see the picture? I put my glasses on.
What picture?
I can't believe you made a picture. That's awesome.
Behind you.
There?
Very nice. Wow.
That's a Sinbad moment. That's why
it was great. I was there.
So Linda, that's how you earned your stripes, right? I think that's when people started taking your show more seriously, when they saw you got Sinbad.
Oh, yeah.
That's sweet of you. Boy, I'll tell you what, Sinbad and I talked for 2 or 3 months before that happened. So that was really, he kept having things come up. So that was a good exercise in me being nice and patient. That's,
Yep.
It doesn't always
That's true.
Yes. So I'm going here to where Esther sent me the introductions.
Did you see mine too? Because I don't know if you were clear with mine.
Esther sent me the introductions that I'll do, and then the rest I'll add on the post afterward, Debbie, because it kind of came too close to call there. You guys, welcome. Come on in. All of Esther Forrester's friends from her page, all of Debbie Bazza's friends from her page, and all my friend and my, all one of you or two of you. Debbie Bazza gets hundreds of people a week. Esther Forrester gets hundreds in New York. I get a few stragglers, and then I get these people later on that look when they think I'm not noticing. It's kind of funny. So I just want to welcome you. Yeah.
How about our imaginary friends? Can they watch?
Yes, so much better than it's better than imaginary. They're there. Mine are just slower friends than you guys. Yours are right there. So today we have 2 special friends of mine, 2 guests from New York, from the hotbed of this whole pandemic. And they're here, they're chipper. They're here to tell you about a brand new hit show that they started. We got to hear how this whole thing happened. And then I can take off my Jewish cat lady glasses. Ready for that? Debbie Bazza. Wave at them, Debbie, so they know which one you are.
I'm Debbie.
That's Debbie in the bottom. Debbie Bazza is a dynamite comedian who has been seen on The View. She's a Bronx native, and she's known for her friendly, relatable jokes on family. And I'm telling you, she kills on stage. There ain't nothing she can't handle. Esther Forrester, wave to them, Esther, up there in that box. Esther Forrester, otherwise known as No Excuses Esther, is a quirky comedian from Long Island, known for her observational humor and ridiculous excuses. She is a comedy writer extraordinary. This girl thinks in terms of premises and punchlines. Welcome to the stage today.
Linda, you're officially hired to do my PR.
Welcome to my stage, 2 amazing friends of mine, and soon to be yours, Debbie Bazza at the bottom and Esther Forrester up in the top square. Thank you for being here, ladies. Talk to me. How's life in you?
The pleasure's mine. It's hot over here, but I'm singing to the choir. I'm sure it's hotter by you.
Yes, it's nice and hot out. My skin almost came off at Walgreens. It's not happy and healthy.
But now everyone has a pickup message. They can just write to people. It's so hot, I want to take off my clothes.
Yes.
Now people have like a natural flirting to do.
Yes, it's not unusual. It's not unusual to take off your clothes in Vegas. So tell me about your hit show. Oh my gosh.
Esther Forrester was on my show, and we were just talking, and she was a delightful guest. And she said she would love to do something Hitch and Ditch to make her Jewish grandmother happy if she brought home a Jewish man. And I thought about it for a few days. I said, Esther, let's do it. Can I MC? Well, I'll get the Jewish comics, and we'll have a show. We'll do it. And it just came into place. So we're doing it 4 weeks. And the first week we had 4 gentlemen. The second week we were supposed to have 4 gentlemen, but one didn't show up or call. That's no gentleman.
He was already scared off by my grandmother.
Tomorrow we're having our 3rd one. And then the following week, August 1st, will be when Esther's grandmother picks one of the 3 comics.
Esther's grandmother gets to pick. Wow,
Yeah.
Esther.
All
Very
about
smart.
her grandma. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's all about her, and she's an impossible standard. It's impossible to make her standards.
Is there any way to put any light around you, Esther? You're so dark.
Yes.
I can't see how beautiful you are. People need it. Because if this show doesn't work out, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
This is better lighting.
Yeah, that's better. Awesome.
Oh,
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you so much. So you thought of the idea, and Debbie put wheels in motion after thinking about it for a couple days. And it's a 4-episode scenario. So
Yes.
somebody comes on and you go through basically 4 rounds till the finale.
Yes.
Correct.
And by the way, she did pick John Marco Cerisi. And Cerisi, and he was on my show tonight. I don't know if Esther caught him singing. He's got a beautiful voice. And then last week she picked Mike Kramer, and so that was kind of like we didn't see that coming, because Andrew Bayroff is a very nice looking man, young, like her age, but Mike won a heart because he did very good in the comedy section.
He was really funny. And, I just felt when I interacted with him in the question portion, like I just felt I had like more of a rapport, and that he got me kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Like we just had like more in common, like how he said he'd rather do baseball instead of go to Temple. And I basically told my mom I was only going to play tennis and never go to Temple. So I felt we more like were simpatico.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely did have a moment. It was a shared moment, and you could see they were very personalized with one another. So I actually afterwards I thought about it. I said, well, I can't see why. Well, Mike is a very nice man, and I always thought he was handsome too. So there you go.
When is Debbie going to be on as a contestant?
I don't know.
I think that should be the next season.
All right, maybe Esther will do the next season.
Yes. So when you win, when your grandmother picks the man for you, then what's your commitment to your grandmother? Or in the show, what do you have to do? Do you have to go on a date?
I guess we would go on it. We have to get married right then and there. We're going to the altar.
I thought you said you were going to go on a dinner date.
That is the real commitment. We would go on a dinner date, and who knows, maybe we can make that like as an epilogue to the show.
Oh,
that would be great. Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what else would be fun? Every time you have the next episode, to have outtakes from the first one, like little clips from the first one, like maybe when they said something silly, or I don't know. You know what outtakes are after?
Oh, I know what outtakes are. I just don't know how to make them.
I know. I don't either. Oh my gosh, that would be fun.
Well, I'm going to try to. I do have people on next week, but I'm going to see if I could get Mike and the winner from tomorrow, the finalists, I should say. Try to get them on next week.
So the 2 people that are in the finale, there's 2 people out of all of them. You're down to 2, right, Esther?
Great, and we'll pick a final 3rd one for the final week.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll pick the 3rd and final finalist.
How is your grandmother dealing with all the pressure?
Oh, she'll be so happy. If I finally find a Jewish guy, then she could truly probably rest in peace. Either that or Bernie Sanders getting elected president.
Yeah, so I usually say a few words. Well, first we have George Bocho. He DJs the little music. I do a few minutes. Then each comic does 5 minutes, and Esther asks them each questions. And then she Yeah, and then she decides. Last week it took a little while for her to decide, but this week she was pretty decisive.
It's true because the first week there were 2 out of the 4 that I was kind of dithering between, but this past week it was kind of like a clear decision, especially because one of the contestants basically said, oops, I didn't tell you I've got a girlfriend
I
and
know.
she's probably going to kill me that I did this show.
Oh my
Right, that
gosh.
was Brendan Jones. Yes, because he said that he grew up with a lot of Jewish people. His friends are Jewish. He knows about Judaism. He's read up about it. He's willing to convert, which I wasn't really sure, but I thought he was a nice guy. And just before Esther picks, he turns around and says, "Well, I'm disqualified. I'm in a relationship." So I wrote him and I said, Jonesy, if you wanted a spot on the show, I would have put you on the last show. I says, you didn't, you were in a relationship. He said, well, I wasn't married, so I didn't even answer.
It's totally, that's like an excuse. That's
Of
like
course.
top end of my excuses.
Of course. I raised 2 daughters. I'm not debating. Right, Linda? Once you raise a teenage daughter, I'm not even going not going there.
No, once you've had a teenage daughter, there's nothing that gets past you.
Right. Exactly. You have to do those snoop patrols.
Yes.
Hey, I
What's
admit
a
it.
soup patrol?
That's while they're out in school, you snoop around and look for drugs, paraphernalia, and things like that.
You mean in their room, not with your daughter's boyfriends, but just with your daughters in their room?
Of
That
course.
too.
Yes.
I have purposely run off men. Not just in my own life, for my daughter's sake.
Well, that's good. That's what a good mother does. Hey,
you were doing her a favor.
Exactly.
I'm sure she's scared off a few too.
Yes. Turnabout's fair play. I know.
Yes.
Well, you guys, thank you for coming on and plugging your
it's my
amazing hit.
pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Is there anything you want to say
Thank you so much, Linda.
Anything you want to talk about? Do you want to do a little bit of joking around or sing a song or tap dance? Anything, the floor is yours.
I really am bad at tap dancing. That would be the surest way to scare guys away from me.
What about you, Debbie? Is there anything you want with the floor?
Well, the only thing I was going to say is, I'm online and I'm trying to date. It's not easy with COVID and all. And I met one man. He seemed very nice. He was my type. He was an Italian. He spoke in vowels. And the first conversation he wanted to meet. The second conversation, the whole time he spoke about meeting. The third conversation, I was starting to get a little worn down. And he said, how about we meet? So I said, well, I guess there's some outdoor cafes opening up. That might be a nice idea. He says, no, we'll go to a park and we'll take a walk. It's 95 degrees. Are you giving a COVID-19 test? You're out of your mind. You don't paint in the humidity, and I'm not dating in the park until my makeup runs down my face. That's
basically he was cheap. Basically, Debbie, he was too cheap to even pay for your coffee.
Yes.
Oh, geez. That's hilarious stuff, Debbie.
Yes. That's the way it is right now in the Big Apple. Not easy.
What's been going on with you? Anything funny you want to say, Esther?
Well, I've been working on this new bit about dating that we figured out, my friend and I, that when ladies go on a date, every question they ask, a lot of the questions are basically connected to what kind of a meal ticket the guy is. Like this girl said, well, why? Like this girl said, well, why doesn't your building have parking? And again, it was all leathered into, you're not really a good enough meal ticket. Or they could be like, where did you last go on vacation? What are your hobbies? And my friend had figured it out like a while ago when he would go on dates that that's what all the questions meant. And then he married someone who really didn't have any money at all. And she would be the one that would need a meal ticket the most. But I guess the people who need it the most don't always care as much.
Yes.
But what was I going to add? The only thing I would add is that people should watch the show tomorrow at 8.
Yes.
Yes.
They can even watch it in their underwear, you know, on their couch. They don't have to buy any drinks, so they really have no excuses.
Yes,
Absolutely.
And Esther will give me the Zoom information. So if you want, you could go through me or Esther, because she does have Zoom if you want to be part of the audience. I did try once again today. I did speak to someone on Zoom. I thought I paid. I put all my numbers through, but she said wait, because I had two of them at the same time. So that's how we're doing it this week. Or you can catch it on Debbie Bazza Facebook Live, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 in the West Coast. You just take off 3 hours. It's the same thing for the last 69 of my years, you guys.
Exactly. And also,
Not-
what was I going to add? Or I share it to my page. So Esther Forrester on my page, they could also catch it.
Right.
And I posted all of your links, and Debbie, you're going to send me some more so that I can make sure everybody that fell in love with you both can follow you everywhere you're at.
Oh, thank you very much. What kind of links would you like?
Let's see, sausage,
Uh,
missing link. I don't know if I'm related to a monkey at this point, or if I'm even allowed to say the word monkey. I don't know.
a necklace has a link too.
Yeah.
The weakest link.
I like everybody to come and watch any of my interviews. That's all I ask. They're on YouTube under my name.
Yeah. Well, by the way, you came on today, and I asked Gianmarco if he knew you, if he did your show yet. Yeah.
Oh,
So I said,
wonderful.
I'm gonna mention him to you, Linda.
Thank you.
It was a delight.
And you know, any of the guests I have, you can hit them up and let them know that I approve you to interview them. So be
And
sure
He
remember
won
that.
with Sinbad. You did it. With Sinbad, there's nothing else to ask. You covered it all. From comedy to racism to getting older, you did it all, Linda. Fantastic interview.
It
Thank
really
you.
was, Linda. You earned your stripes.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. I'll forever go down as the lady who interviewed Sinbad. They'll be
Right.
like, didn't I see you in that Sinbad interview? Yeah. And they're like, how did you get Sinbad?
Right. That's because you're that good. That's how. You
Thank
asked them, right? And then when you mentioned that you were a vet, forget about it. That
Love
was it.
that.
That was when the shirt opened up and the sleeves went up, and yeah, you had them.
You really you made your mark, Linda. Also, Linda, if any of your comics are Jewish and good looking and none of these contestants work out, send any of them you interviewed over to me.
Okay.
Even if they live on the West Coast, as long as they don't have 3 heads or something, send them my way in case none of these contestants work out.
You got it, Esther Forrester. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Debbie Bazza.
Oh, pleasure's
Thank you.
mine. Thank you.
Esther
I love you,
Forrester.
Linda.
Thank you so much,
Love you
Linda.
back. Love
Bye
you.
bye.
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 See you. Miss you already.
Miss you too.
Everybody's talking at the comic spot. The comic spot.